Okay, here we go. So my name is Jussi-Pekka Asikainen. I'm a product director, and I've been leading many of the digital maintenance-related initiatives at KONE for the past 7 years or so. I'm a Finn, so hopefully you can understand me as well. Before that, I was working for Nokia for 20 years, so building smartphones. So those are the two things that people love the most in Finland, so KONE and Nokia. So that's where I'm coming from. Thanks for the very good presentations, by the way. It's amazing how the topics are the same. I mean, we are really talking about the same topics here. I could easily agree to all the points in all the slides, in all the presentations so far. And I'm not sure if I have very much to add on top of that, but so I have 4 slides, so let's see. So KONE as a service provider, so in numbers, so we are moving based on our calculation and mathematics, so we are moving about 2 billion people a day. We call it the people flow optimization. We are quite old and experienced in this field, so 115 years ago established, still very much a family company. We have around about 30,000 maintenance technicians out there, and we have 1.7 million units in our service. I think we do around about maybe 100,000 preventive maintenance visits every day. So it's a business of high volume and lots of transactions. The services that we have as of now in a mainstream, so in a predictive maintenance, we have 24/7 connected services. So that's been out there, I think, for the past 7 or 8 years. We are saying, and based on our own analysis, so we can proactively identify about 70% of the faults in the equipment, which is then resulting to 40% less call-outs or issues, from the customer point of view. And within 24/7 Connect, so we have around about 500,000 units in that now. So it's a mainstream digital service for us. Then going forward, so when an issue occurs, so we need to do something about it. So that's when the remote services then come into play. So we are able to fix actually quite a few issues remotely, so without having to dispatch a technician on site. So by moving a car up and down, by rebooting the equipment, so it's actually pretty amazing how much we can do with those, and they are really beneficial for us from productivity point of view, but then also for the customer. And how we then make all of this visible to our customers. So MyKONE is our digital online portal, so that's how we build the insights and updates for the customer. That's how we build the customer experience. It's easy to agree that the digital transformation will fundamentally change the way we do service, as indicated in the previous presentations as well. So connectivity and data, so they are the key enablers. They become a new norm. So at KONE, our aspiration is to connect all of our equipment to the cloud, so 100% connectivity there. Then secondly, so in order to build further customer value, in order to make the value of our service visible to a customer, so we need to prove it by data. And that's also the way how we sort of further strengthen the conversion and retention rates, which are critical for our business. Then at the same time, so we want to, as for the field operations, so we want to be smarter, we want to be more dynamic, and we have set an ambition level there that we want to improve our efficiency by 30%. So that's what we are after, and this is very much powered by connectivity, data, and AI. And all this combined, so of course we want to improve our profitability and grow our sales by 10% on annual basis. Then I'll get to the final slide. So this looks a bit funny, but I guess I'm also repeating here what's been said so far. Is that it's the data platform and the data foundation that needs to be in place. Otherwise, this is not going to fly. We call it the KONE data platform in our case. So as said, so connectivity is like a hygiene type of a feature. So we expect that during the coming years, hopefully sooner than later, we would have 100% IoT connectivity. And when you do that, then you have to put a lot of focus. I mean, the cost of digital becomes an issue. I don't think that's been discussed yet. But then you start easily looking at things like how much do you have to pay for the connectivity hardware? How much data do you really need to transfer to the cloud? How about edge computing? How much time do you need to install the connectivity? How much time do you need to spend in troubleshooting the connectivity? How much do you pay for your cloud services? How much do you pay for your mobile operators and so on and so forth? So from business case point of view, this is super critical. And then I'm also stressing the point of cybersecurity and being compliant with all the necessary codes and standards there. Yeah, then going forward, so in Kone we install roundabout, so that will be the third point on the slide. So we are installing roundabout 100K units on new units on annual basis. And then it makes a big difference if they are optimized for predictive and remote maintenance or not. And that's where I see that there's going to be a major shift. We all know that the business for the new equipment is kind of going down. And then at the same time, the focus is very much sort of transferring from new business to service, repairs, and modernization. And then from that point of view, traditionally, we are like very focused on driving the cost down, the bill of material for the new installations. But instead, now I see that we need to shift and transfer that focus more from cost optimization only to a product development, which is optimized for service repairs, modernization, remote maintenance, predictive maintenance, and all of this. And we at Kone, so we are going through that process right now. Then also maybe building on the point number 4 on this slide, so maybe building on what's been said so far about smart maintenance and how we sort of reduce the number of maintenance visits. We sort of move from calendar-based visits to something what we call dynamic maintenance planning at Kone. So we follow the data, we analyze the data, and we build this insight then based on that okay, now this particular equipment needs attention, and only then we go to a site, and we only do the stuff that is like necessary to do. Not go through every single maintenance check, but just do the stuff which we really need to do. And at the same time, when we are like further building the predictive and remote maintenance capabilities, we come across to this something what we call digital visits or digitally enabled visits. I don't really have a very good term for this, but this is about having sufficient insight to the equipment condition that we can actually, using the predictive failure analytics, using all the remote maintenance or remote intervention capabilities, so we can actually say, with a very high level of confidence that this equipment is okay, so we don't need to make a physical maintenance visit. But instead, we provide transparency and a solid data and report to a customer to prove the value. And this, I feel, will change things quite a bit as we go forward. I'm not sure if a digital maintenance visit is a good term for this, but maybe somebody will come up with something better as we go forward. Then also, understanding that, we have 30,000 maintenance technicians out there. They probably have the same pain points and issues than the others. Also, I'm fairly sure of that. We do 100,000 maintenance visits on daily basis. It makes a big difference, whether or not we are able to address those sort of waste-causing pain points, that our maintenance technicians are experiencing. And then at the same time, so there's an increasing need to provide predictability, real-time information, transparency to our customers and prove the value of our service through data and analytics. So that would basically conclude my presentation. So thank you.